Welcome everybody to the Wrestling Pit Podcast. I am Joe, and this is M&MCC.
You're watching Wrestling Pit Podcast.
Here we go, episode number 2 on the books.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. I hope you guys had a good week. Welcome to another episode of Wrestling Pit, where me and Joe talk about everything wrestling, and we have a filled-up episode. Hey, John, tell them what we're gonna talk about today.
We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about the poor ticket sales of Money in the Bank. That's on number 1. Then we have, in my opinion, why is AEW so hard to watch?
Good subject. Very good subject.
And our upcoming event.
Yes, our challenge that we'll be announcing later on. Very important for you guys to stay attentive and participate also in this challenge that we will be bringing forth.
And we cannot forget about our ALS challenge.
Yes, absolutely. And I think I have some random rapid fire stuff that we could maybe touch on and see what we think about some stuff that happened this week on Raw and on Friday on SmackDown.
So
let's go ahead with your first subject.
I was on my Facebook, and I read an article that said that at the moment, WWE has only sold about 8,000 tickets for Money in the Bank.
So that's about half capacity of what they have.
Well, last year they said they sold 18.
Yes, but it also depends of the arena where they're in this year. The capacity of that arena.
Well, they're in New Orleans.
New Orleans,
yeah,
where the basketball team plays. Right. So yeah, it should be about the same capacity that they have. You said they had 18,000 last year, and they're at 8,000 now. And this is October 10th, so we're about maybe 7 weeks away, maybe
more or less.
Yeah, 6-7 weeks away. I don't see it as a big deal. One, because we're in the middle of summer, in the middle of August. People are still on vacation, still in vacation mode. I think when kids start going back to school and families start planning their next few months in events and stuff, because that's what you got to do. You got to plan that shit out. I think they'll start filling up faster. Will they sell out? I don't know. WWE always ends up being close to sell out, and if they're not, then they'll just lie and say they are. So
also, I don't think there's an actual card.
Well, yeah. Other than the 2 Money in the Bank matches, we don't know anything of the card. We barely know what's going to be happening at Sunday's main event, Sunday night main event.
But are the 2 Money in the Bank matches announced?
Well, no, they haven't announced any participants, but we know they're not.
Right.
There's going to be the women's and the men's Money in the Bank. It would be very hard for them not to have a Money in the Bank match in the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. But it could be. I think it's going to be for the number 1 contenders. But like we've seen in the past, they could swerve, and it could be for the Intercontinental, could be for one of the 2 mid-card titles, could be for, I don't know, maybe they could go outside the box and for a tag team ladder match. We've never seen that. 6 tag teams competing for a Money in the Bank.
That'd be interesting.
That could be interesting. And I think that could give a bit of life to the tag team division. Because there have been having a few difficulties. A lot of good tag teams were released. trying to make space for new tag teams, but they really haven't made that space yet. and that's something that Triple H has to work on in his tag team divisions. So I think that would be a good way to launch this forward and give them a bit of momentum. Would be that, but I think they'll go with for the number one contender for the championship matches.
But talking about tag team,
Yeah.
I don't find the tag team wrestling now is strong. And I'm not just talking about WWE. I'm talking in general. There's
I can see what you're saying. There's not that buzz that we were seeing like 5 years ago in tag team wrestling. There used to be a buzz, big matches. AEW has had a lot to do with that, and even AEW has a bit ran away from putting all that spotlight on tag teams. So yeah, I agree with you that tag teams have diminished recently, but I think tag teams is such an important part of wrestling, and especially of stories you need to tell. You're passing next to a lot of stories originated from tag teams, especially great rivalries originated from tag team. So I think they're missing out on that aspect from not portraying and putting those tag teams out there. Like I think another missed opportunity that they had to give a bit of life to the tag team division is they brought back Big Cass, right? Everybody's been seeing the last few weeks. He looks great. Kudos to him for looking as good as he does. Really does look good. But everybody was expecting Enzo to come back with him, and maybe them to start giving that electroshock to the tag team division with Big Cass's presence and Enzo on the mic. I think would have been perfect. Now, some people are saying Enzo will not be coming at all, that WWE don't want anything to do with Enzo. Other people saying that Enzo's been spotted at the Performance Center in the last few months, and that they are working in negotiating for him to come back, but they want to maybe have the surprise aspect to it. So maybe have Big Cass come back, make everybody think that it's only Big Cass, and then eventually have Enzo come back and save him or interfere somewhere or at a pay-per-view somewhere and maybe have a big pop and get over, make that tag team over. But it seems like they want to give Big Cass a push here, the way they've been portraying him in the last few weeks. But I think it's another missed opportunity from lighting a fire under the tag team division, missing out on Enzo joining Big Cass and coming back to WWE.
I was never a fan of Big Cass. Like never. Like
what don't you like of Big Cass?
Everything. Like I don't see the big. You know when they say that he has the it factor.
Yeah.
I don't see the it factor.
Yeah.
Yes, he's tall. He's built.
I don't see. You're not the first person that I've heard that from, but I would like to know what is the it factor that he doesn't have.
He doesn't have the sauce.
Because la sauce, il n'y a pas la sauce, le gros. Because yes, he's tall, which is a big part of wrestling. A big help, we can say. A big help. He's tall. He's good looking. He's we could call a handsome fella. He seems like he's a pretty athletic person. He's a former athlete. I think he played basketball in college, if I'm not mistaken. People can correct me, and I know they will if I'm wrong. The only thing we have seen a bit of, but not much of, is his mic skills. Yeah. But that's why Enzo's there.
Right. But I think for it's his second time back in WWE?
Yep.
I think they went the wrong way with him. Completely wrong way.
Okay.
In the sense of attacking the what's his name? Evan and Dragon Lee and all that. If I was Triple H and I'm going back old school, he would be the newer version of a Diesel and as a bodyguard. And if Enzo's not in this picture, you tag him with Ethan Page.
Actually, I like the idea of Ethan Page with Big Cass. I think Ethan Page can be the mic carrier in that duo.
And then this is how you do it. Ethan Page right now, I believe he's in the IC title picture.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Shawn Michaels was in the IC picture when Diesel came.
Yep.
What happened? There was some jealousy. Then it was Shawn versus Diesel.
Yeah, Diesel ends up getting the title shot before Shawn, and Shawn gets pissed.
And right there, you already have him in a sort of a main event picture.
Yeah, I see the path that you're laying out there for him, and I definitely agree that Ethan Page can be a good partner for him. I think that can work as heels.
100%.
As heels, I think it could definitely work.
100%.
I think where I guess Triple H dropped the ball here with Big Cass is it's very hard since you brought him back as a heel. I think it's easier for him to get over alone. I'm saying without Enzo, I think it's better for him to start as a heel because it's going to be easier for him to get over. But that being said, it'll be hard after to just switch him to a babyface the day Enzo comes. You would have to create a story behind it, or maybe that Enzo comes and like put some sense into Cass, saying, "Oh, why are you acting like this? It's not the big Cass I know. How come? Where have you become so soft? SAW, whatever you spell soft in idiot land, but it's WAFT or whatever it is." But I could see why they brought him in as a heel in that aspect, because to get over as a babyface, you got to be good on the mic or have somebody by your side that's good on the mic, and I think he lacks that a bit. So in that aspect, I can see, but I can't say I don't agree. I can't say I don't agree with the patch you're laying out for him right here. I think it's idea. Maybe the bodyguard. Maybe the bodyguard's a bit too much. Find another way. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bodyguard. You were using that as an example. You're using that as an example.
And have you noticed that Corey Graves has not spoken when he's in the ring?
When Big Cass is in the ring?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
no, I didn't notice.
He's married to his Big Cass's ex, huh?
Well, yes, Big Carmella. I know he's married to Carmella. I had forgotten, but you're absolutely right. Yes, they did go out, but it's a long time ago, I guess. And
I think
you think there's still some friction there.
Well, if you watch Raw,
and
when he's there, you don't hear Graves. All you hear is Cole.
Well, I didn't notice. I'm gonna pay attention to it on Monday and try to listen to that. But I'm surprised because nobody told Corey, what are you doing? Like, keep your personal stuff outside the work.
Or it could be a work
part of the story. Yeah, it definitely could be a work.
Because there's also talk
of Corey coming back into the ring. Yes, so I've heard that he's got the clearance from the doctors, and that they're just waiting for an opportune time to bring him back. But if you're gonna bring him back like you did Nick Aldis, there's no use.
No, I was expecting Nick Aldis to be more than a one-timer.
Yes, he's more than he deserves. He deserves more than that. He's still young enough. He's younger than most of the main card, the main event scene.
38, 39. He's my age.
Yes. So most of the main event scene is already into their 40s. Okay, Roman Reigns,
Cody,
LA Knight, Cody. So
Phil.
Yes, Phil also, CM Punk, for those who don't know him by his first name. Pepsi Phil, yes, that's right. So, I don't know. I don't know if hopefully it's not because of that, but yeah, it's something needs to work there. But yeah, I don't think it's a big deal that they're at 7,000 or 8,000. I think they'll fill up. They'll end up being at least 15,000. I'm pretty sure. Money in the Bank. This is not Dynamite, where you have half a dozen of cats watching Dynamite. But
we know that tomorrow, Friday. We're We're Thursday. We're recording this Thursday.
Yeah, we record this on Thursday. Yes.
We're gonna have Kevin versus Phil.
Yep. So by the time this comes out, the match will already have happened.
All right. But the question to you: are we gonna see this again at Money in the Bank? Like, how long do you expect this rivalry to be?
I definitely don't think it will be a one-off,
Okay.
or else it wouldn't be done. It wouldn't be done on a Raw. I think they're doing it on a Raw for two reasons: to build up
SmackDown.
for SmackDown. They're having this match on SmackDown to build up a future or to build up this rivalry, and I think it will have a climax and end to it at a pay-per-view. I think it deserves that. I think these are two of the best in the game, or at least two of the best in the last 15 years. Even though Punk was away for 7 years, but when he left, he was on top of the game, and now he's still champion. So can't lie and say he's not on top of his game or on top of the game. So I think this match deserves to be on a pay-per-view. I think because it's in Toronto, also home country of Kevin Owens, it permits to get a build-up and maybe sell tickets even more for that. I think that helps in that aspect. Everybody, CM Punk versus Kevin Owens match in Toronto on SmackDown. Yeah, let's go. But I don't see how this could be a one-off. I think the way they're making this into such a personal storytelling. I mean, in this rivalry, and plus the real. I was gonna say hatred, but I don't know how they are right now. But I know that the real friction or conflict that they've had in the past 20 years, that's real. We've posted here on Wrestling Pit on our page on Wrestling Pit past interviews where Kevin Owens talks about this on shoot interviews. So for everybody that doesn't know, shoot interviews are usually interviews where they do interviews with wrestlers outside of their characters and they shoot, meaning that everything they say is real. It's not a work. It's not kayfabe. It's not a kayfabe interview. So in all these shoot interviews where he mentions this story, everybody knows about the story about him not wanting to take off his shirt and Punk telling him to take off his shirt, him not taking off his shirt, and then them having a back and forth in the locker room. So we know there's real friction there. So I think this deserves to be told in a slower pace and to have a build-up and a payoff at a pay-per-view. I think that's the way it should be done, and I think that's the way they'll go because Triple H knows this also. And I think this match on Friday Night SmackDown will have a non-conclusive ending, basically an interference, a disqualification, something in that nature.
And before I got on to record this, I just read that I love when they put this stuff that Kevin Owens' family will be at the match
in attendance. So we definitely, I think they'll be involved in the storytelling.
You think so?
I think so.
I still see. I see Sam. I still can't talk. I see Sammy in this picture. People are saying they see Gunther. I don't see Gunther in this picture at all. If they put Gunther in this picture, the story is like pointless.
In Kevin and CM Punk?
Yes,
I don't think they'll put Gunther in this picture. This has to be told by them. This has to be a story told by them, and it has to have and finish on their own terms.
Could we see? I know
we could see Sammy though.
I was gonna say, do we see Sammy maybe as a special referee?
No, not a special. Well, maybe in the pay-per-view match.
That's what I mean. Not for SmackDown. I'm talking about in general, in a whole.
It could be. He could. There could be a way where he could be that he could be introduced into this match, either as a special guest referee or as an enforcer or something like that. Maybe to after continue the story. After maybe put Sammy into the picture, like let's say Sammy interferes tomorrow on SmackDown, and then Aldis decides to make it a triple threat at a pay-per-view. I can see that happening because Sammy, one way or another, is involved in all this because he was with Kevin every day back then when this happened. He was Kevin's travel partner. He was Kevin's tag team partner. He was always with Kevin every day, every hour. So I can see how they could introduce him into this storytelling. Other than that, I would rather they keep it to just them two. Don't involve more people. Don't involve Cody.
No.
Cody could need some time to breathe here.
I don't want to see Cody in the title picture for a good while.
Well, yeah. Well, now he's going to be in the rivalry with Randy Orton. So they're going to be outside the title picture for a bit. So I think you won't see him in the title picture. But you never know. You know, Cody's very he's an attention whore. So he'll like to be in the spot. He likes to be in the spotlight. So we never know. Maybe he decides to, but hopefully Triple H can keep him under his leash and make him concentrate on making the Randy Orton rivalry or story a compelling one for us, the fans.
We'll find out sooner or later.
We sure will.
Last week when we almost wrapped up our episode, you said that you were going to try and watch other wrestling.
Yeah. I failed yesterday.
Okay. I tried as well. And I cannot watch AEW. I can't.
It's hard.
I have no interest whatsoever. It's
what's your feeling? What do you feel when you're watching? Like you feel bored, or do you feel frustrated? You feel annoyed?
I feel that they try too hard. And there's a lot of faces in that roster that I just feel like skipping, but I
yeah. I feel you. And I can't even explain to you what I feel when I watch AEW. I don't know if it's boredom. I get distracted easily. That's something. So maybe boredom does have to do with it because I do get distracted easily. Maybe it's the time that I watch it. I would have to explore maybe watching the repeat instead of the live, because Raw, I watch the repeat. The repeat, it's on Netflix. I watch it at around 11 o'clock when it's more calmer and I have more time to watch it. And AEW, it's more like at prime time. I watch it when it's live. So maybe there's more distractions available, and that's why I'm more easily distracted. I would have to try watching it at the repeat. But I could definitely say this. There's no reason. They don't give me a reason to watch from one week to the other. Like, it doesn't finish. And I'm not saying that WWE always finishes every single SmackDown and every single Raw with a cliffhanger that you absolutely want to watch. Okay, this is not the Attitude Era anymore, or the NWO days, because those episodes used to finish every week with a cliffhanger or something, and you would absolutely want it to watch next week, and you couldn't wait 7 days to watch it. But at least WWE still has that continuation storyline basis where you want to know what happened. If you missed it, like I'll use the example of me going to Portugal. I missed a few episodes while I was on vacation. Understandable. But then after when I came back, I knew that Monday I was going to watch Raw. But I knew that I didn't want to watch Raw without catching up first, because I didn't want to be lost. Whereas AEW, I could watch AEW tomorrow, Wednesday or yesterday, whatever, on a Wednesday, and I won't feel like I missed something that I have to catch up. I just have to watch, and maybe I'll see one or two good wrestling matches. But there's nothing that I can say, oh, fuck, I'm lost. I don't know what happened. How come they're in the middle of this story?
There's nothing interesting. I don't care about Omega and Ospreay. I've seen it more than once.
No, because it's based on the stupid aspect of respect. There's no story behind this rivalry other than I respect you as a wrestler. You're a great wrestler, up and coming wrestler. I'm the legend. You're the new one coming up to become the legend. And then let me French kiss you a bit more, and then let's have a match.
I don't care about the Bucks. I don't care who they're fighting. They could be fighting Legion of Doom. I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's more of a personal taste.
But I can't.
Yeah,
I
because
just,
I'm not a big fan of the Young Bucks at all.
Zero.
They're not even in the top 10 of my tag teams, and a lot of people are going to go crazy now because they're not in the top 10.
they're not even in my top 20.
Teams. But if they were put into a good rivalry, like when there was Young Bucks against FTR, I was invested because they were telling a story, and it came from real friction from back in the days when FTR was still the Revival, and in WWE, and they had those back and forths through what's the reality show that they had there, the Young Bucks there with Cody and Kenny there.
I have no idea.
Yeah, you're
The Elites?
being the elite. Thank you. Being the Elite. When they had the show, the YouTube show, Being the Elite, and they were kind of sending in directs to the Revival, and that the Revival were responding on Twitter, and that was a real background story to it. That they made us believe that all this beef and all this stuff they had once they arrived in AEW, they made us believe it was real, and that's why I was invested in watching. And they had some great matches. I think one of them was match of the year, and it was well deserved. Uncle Dave, that I'll mention later, gave them a 5. I think gave him a 6 star, and he doesn't give 6 stars a lot. He gives 5 stars to everybody from AEW, and he hasn't given a 5-star match to one match. No, he gave one to a Gunter match recently, but only one match has he given a 5 star. But anyways, I'm running away from what I was trying to say here. But the Young Bucks, if they give them a story, they could tell it, but the story has to be there to be told, and that's what AEW lacks. Is there's nothing there. They're not telling a story. You're going to watch wrestling. You're not going to watch. I know it sounds stupid to say because you're watching a wrestling show. So yeah, of course you're going there to watch wrestling. But it has to be more than wrestling. It has to be more. There has to be something that keeps me watching, that keeps me going, that makes me want to watch. And that's what AEW lacks, in my opinion.
They don't have a good storyteller. That's the problem.
Yes, I think, and the booker. Okay, because the way Tony books his matches, he books his matches as if a fan was booking matches. Right. He books it as, hey, these guys, they're amazing. I love them. Imagine if they would fight together. If they would have a match, it's going to be a great match. And it's important. It's an important part of it because yes, you want two guys that have chemistry and that can have a good match, but you want another two things around that. You want in the build-up that they can tell a good story that people are going to want to see the match, and they have to be able to tell a good story while they're having the match.
Tony Khan needs a Paul Heyman. Let me explain what I mean by that.
He needs Shane McMahon. That's what he needs.
Paul Heyman, besides his front camera duties, his other job for the WWE is what's the future? What do we see in the future? Tony Khan does not have a guy that helps him see what's the future. How are we getting this person there?
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think what you're trying to say is there's nobody around Tony Khan that is helping him plan and book wrestlers for the long term.
Exactly. There's no long-term storytelling.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
He has stories that have a history.
Yes. Yes.
He doesn't go forward.
Very, very important distinction here, and I think Jonathan pointed it out, and he's absolutely 100% right here. Is they have stories with history. So that and a lot of the AEW fans will bring this up when I say they don't tell stories. It's not long-term storytelling. They'll mention, yes, this is a great match. Remember when they had this match 2 years ago? Yes, and like Jonathan says, they have history, but they're not telling a story where, like, the guy went on an adventure, not an adventure, or a journey or whatever, and then he ended up finally meeting the final boss. Okay, I'm using the example here of the final boss in games or in The Rock, like The Rock likes to say, and that's what you want. He has to go through, like Cody, for example, Cody had to Cody had to beat a lot of people. Had to beat Brock Lesnar twice to make sure he's good enough to beat Brock Lesnar. I mean, he's good enough to be WWE title. And then that story, everybody knows, finished the story that even some people were starting to get fed up. But that story, he's been telling it for ever since he left WWE the first time that he was telling that story. And then when he came back, which was the smart part of Vince McMahon, and then later Triple H, when Triple H took over, was to incorporate that, finish the story that he had made for himself in the Indies, and to incorporate it now in his second term in WWE, and it worked perfectly. And it took time, and it took failures, but that's what it is. It's failing, it's getting back up, it's trying again. Because in baby faces, and I've said this many times, I don't know if I said it last week, but I definitely said it on podcasts before and in my videos and stuff. I think the payoff is important, but the buildup is just as important. Because the payoff only works if your buildup was good. If people are watching it, the payoff. Because I'm only gonna get my money or my time I invested into the storyline with the payoff. But if I don't invest time in the storytelling, then I won't be interested, or I won't be excited about the payoff either.
Exactly.
So I think one thing has to do with the other, and I think that's what AEW lacks. And I think you hit it right on the target here. I think he needs to surround himself with people that have more experience in the long-term booking, and a bit outside of that indie wrestling mentality, and work from there and see what you could do in the long term. Like plan somebody. Okay, we're starting here. Let's say we're starting at a clean slate. This is our roster. What do we expect from these guys? Where do you see this guy in a year? Where do you see this guy in a year? Where do you see this guy in a year? Okay, you see him there. Now, how do we get him there? And I think that's what he's lacking. A guy like Paul Heyman, a guy like Shane McMahon. I think Shane McMahon is a great wrestling mind. I think he grew up in this business, and I think he's dying to come back in this business. And I think a bit of pride is standing in the way of both him, his sister, and Triple H are standing in the way of having him return there. And I think they've met already twice, Tony and Shane. I think it would be a perfect addition, and I think it would give a new buzz to AEW, and they would guaranteed go more into the mainstream and catch more casual fans with Shane McMahon in the company.
If Shane would come back,
yeah,
I see him more in TNA, but that's just me.
It's not that I don't see him in TNA. I don't think TNA has the money to pay a Shane McMahon.
That's true.
That's the only reason I don't see, because
he doesn't need the money.
Well, no, but nobody works for free either. And maybe he doesn't need the money, but everybody knows their worth. And I think the McMahons, if there's anybody that knows their worth, it's the McMahons. He's not going to go there for a few $100,000 a year.
No, that's true.
But he'd have more freedom and more control in TNA. Because I think going to AEW, he could be, Tony Khan will listen to his advice, and he could be a consultant. But I think he would go mainly to be a on-air personality, like a general authority personality, maybe a general manager or commissioner or whatever you want to name him. Could be an on-air authority figure, and could be a strong consultant and advisor for behind the scenes. I think that's why AEW has to work on get Shane McMahon, and I guarantee you'll bring up your not only your ratings, but also your in live attendance. I'm 100% sure of that. I have the strong conviction and belief of that.
You just have to say McMahon, and everyone is opening the TV.
Yeah, a McMahon in AEW on the competition's TV. Come on, everybody remembers when Nitro opened up and Vince McMahon was on that screen on Nitro. Everybody, even people watching Raw, were like, "What the fuck's going on?" And changing the channel, even though it was simulcast. But they saw that he was there. He was there, like, "Whoa, what's going on? What's going on? You're live in the Nitro," and people changed the channel just to see if it was true or if it was like a work, you know. And then when Shane appeared in where Nitro was being held, well, even more even more of a pop, even more of people freaking out. So I think it would work either way. And just the headlines, because Sports Illustrated said it, Bleacher Report said it. It's not only me saying it. So a wink to Becky Lynch there. Everybody see.
Do you want to do your fire up question?
Yes. So here we go. I have, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have three things to go fast. You give your opinion, I give mine, and we move on. Mm-hmm. So do you see Roman turning into full-blown heel? Because we see he's walking the line, the thin line. We don't know if he's face or heel, but do you see him turning full-blown heel?
Well, on the
or returning
on the WWE site, he's heel.
Oh.
But like you said, he's also on the line.
Yes. And this is all Stone Cold's fault. Ever since Stone Cold came up, that line has been blurred, and sometimes we don't know what's good and what's bad.
I think I see him as a heel, especially what happened to the last episode with Solo in LA.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I think we're gonna get the old.
Because I want to be clear here. When I say heel, I don't only mean heel in what and how he talks on the mic and stuff. I mean like what we haven't seen yet, like maybe like the cheating and the interference. That we haven't seen yet. But I have a feeling that, like after watching last week, I have a feeling that they're starting to present that side of Roman again, and or the week before when Jacob was beating up Roy's keys. And he came out. We thought, he was going to tell him to stop, but no, he acknowledged that the beating was a good thing. So we're starting to see them trying to hint that, and Triple H likes to give these little hints.
But I think it's going to be a level higher,
even higher than his last run.
Yeah,
as a heel,
because of what happened last episode with Solo.
Have him refusing to join, and
because no one ever really refused him.
Yeah, he's always said that. Yes.
People have got fed up of him.
Yes.
But to refuse is a different thing.
Yeah. Especially part of the family. Yeah.
So I think it's like we spoke last episode, this is going to go to War Games.
Yeah.
100%.
Because people don't get it twisted. You know, people are always going to pop for Roman Reigns, and people are always going to do the yeet for Jey Uso. I think Jey Uso is more advanced in his heel turn than Roman. But hey, you still want to sell T-shirts, and what are you going to do? People are reacting. People are like that part, or like that entrance, or respect Roman and Roman Reigns' value, what he brings to the game. They respect what he's done for the business. They respect that. But as soon as he takes the mic, they can boo him. They'll cheer. They'll put up the ones when he's coming out in the entrance. You'll get that big pop. But when he gets in the ring, he starts talking. He might hear some boos. I've seen that before many times.
And as I was saying about War Games, I think we already have the War Games match.
Yes. Well,
we're gonna have
Bloodline.
We're gonna have Bloodline, which is there's 4.
Mm-hmm.
There's one NXT hanging around.
Yeah, that just started 2 weeks ago.
He's gonna come help the family. I said that last week.
That would be the last member.
That'll be the last member
of the Bloodline, and then we got on the other side Solo and LA Knight.
And we're gonna get Keys back.
Keys back. That's 3. We need 2 more. Who can it be?
The other 2. That's another thing. I think that's where LA is gonna start.
Who fought with them in the 6-man tag? Was it Keys? No, yeah. I think Keys. It was Keys. Okay, it was Keys that was in that 6-man.
We're just missing 2. So
we're missing 2. So it could be somebody coming back, or it could be the guys. What are their names? Gods of Destiny, I think they're called. Well, they were called that in New Japan, but Tama and Tala Tonga there, Haku's boys.
But they're heels.
True. Yeah, they are heels. They are heels. Absolutely true. Yeah. So no, it won't be them. Interesting. I guess we'll start seeing some signs in the upcoming weeks of who it could be. It has to be somebody big. I don't know.
Seth.
Yes.
Yes. With Roman. But also they wanted to finish that story.
Yeah, they and the way they finished it with the fist and the mask on
Yeah.
the floor,
So
they
scratch
tried
what
to.
I said.
The I think they'll try to get away, stay away from that. But at the same time, I wouldn't be far away from seeing LA Knight going to convince him to be part of this because he does fit perfectly in that type of match and that those type of people that he would be fighting with. But it's interesting because it can't be just anybody. It has to be some guys that are semi involved in the main event picture,
Mm-hmm.
or at least very close to the main event picture. So interesting. I would like to know your you guys' opinion. Who,
Yeah.
if we're looking at War Games or having the Bloodline versus a team of LA Knight and Solo and Royce Keys in this case, like Jonathan said, who would you guys put as the other two members of the babyface team in the War Games match?
Because
Go ahead.
there's people that are popping my head, but I'm like, but they're already busy. You know, with
Yeah, they already have other programs going on. Yeah.
So
Yeah, so maybe there's people that we're not thinking of, and you guys can bring it up. So write it in the comment section, or just send it up over here. It would be a pleasure for us to read that on the next episode. The second subject I have here is Gable versus Mysterio.
yes, can't wait.
That was a great match.
Oh, it's
I
not done.
Well, the rivalry's not done.
Right.
The rivalry is not done. But what a match! I think these two have great chemistry. They never had a match together. It's surprising, but they have great chemistry, and they put on a 5-star match in my opinion.
Didn't
And
you feel like it was like Angle Mysterio 2.0?
oh yeah, I definitely saw I definitely see the comparisons that people are making, and I could definitely see why they're making them. I think Chad Gable is
Well deserved. It took him too long to get that title, but bravo.
yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. 100%. Actually, we're going to give him a bit of a better here we go. He deserves this for getting his first single title match. Thank you for that, spectators. We appreciate it.
We got big bucks in this podcast.
Yeah, the budget has busted, but yeah, he definitely deserves this run as in the singles as singles champion. And even one day, I can see him. He's better on the mic than when he started. Angle was very funny. We got to give it to Angle. Angle was very good on the mic. He had no problem. He had no problem laughing at himself, and he was very good, very very good, and a good player, like we say, a good team player, And hey, I don't take nothing away from Chad Gable. I think Chad Gable can be funny sometimes. We've seen that happen.
Shorty G
can be funny. Yes, exactly. Even if it though it maybe was a bit kinky, a bit or not kinky. What's the word? Geeky a bit, but
cheesy, geeky.
yeah, cheesy. Cheesy was the word I was looking for. Thank you. Yeah, it was a bit cheesy, but still, we know he's good, and he could definitely back it up in the ring, man. Put 5-star matches after 5-star matches,
Banger over
after
banger.
banger after banger, and he definitely deserves it. And like you said, if they're going to continue this, because it was kind of inconclusive, right? Even though it was a great match, and we don't see a lot of Rey Mysterio, but at his age, man, props to him too. Still could put on all these classic matches, man. At 50 years old, at 50 some odd years old, in the shape he's in, the operations he's had on his knee, props to him, man. Hall of Famer, but well deserved, man. And keep going while you want to do this, man. And if you keep doing it like this, go as long as you want, man. Fight forever, right away. Guaranteed. And last but not least, on the rapid fire here, after the War Games, do you see Solo getting a push or a successful push as a babyface?
I do.
Do you see him ever being a world heavyweight champion?
I do, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, go ahead.
In the end of Raw, there was a close-up with Solo and LA. And what did LA tell Solo? Sorry, what did Solo tell LA?
After the match, after
Yeah.
when they cleaned the ring there, when they
What
cleaned
did-
up the ring.
What did LA tell Solo?
I remember him moving his lips, but I don't remember what he said.
I owe you.
Oh yes.
So I'm smelling LA versus Solo world title in the future.
Oh wow! Like okay, like you say, Solo ends up getting the title one way or another, and the way he pays back LA Knight by giving him a title shot.
Yeah.
Who do you think?
Or vice versa.
Okay, who do you think? Who do you think is going to be champion first, LA Knight or Solo Sikoa?
LA.
I agree with that. I agree. I think Solo has improved a lot in the last 6 months. Like if people go back to he's become funny, more himself, more laid down, not stiff. Used to be very stiff.
Mm-hmm.
He's got more comfortable and more confidence in his persona, and his gimmick, and is the person he wants to portray. So maybe if you would have asked me a year ago, I would have said I don't know if I see Solo as a champion, but I think he deserves at least to see what he can do. I think Jacob will be a champion, no doubt. I think it's set in stone for me. He's championship material. He's got everything: the energy, the mic skills, the wrestling skills, everything. I think Solo he's championship material. I don't know if he has it in him for a long run.
No, I
And I don't know if Triple
long.
H. Yeah, there's a difference, obviously, and I agree 100%. I don't know if Triple H would trust him with a long run, but I could definitely see him as a champion in by the end of 2028, by the end of 2027, beginning of 2028. I wouldn't be surprised by a little run by Solo winning the championship. And that was Rapid Fire.
Sponsored by nothing.
Yeah, it's sponsored by nothing. If there's a sponsor that wants to jump in and sponsor this segment, come right ahead. Contact me at 438-923. No, I'm just joking.
It's hard to work with this guy sometimes.
Hey, you got to make it fun of it.
Oompa loompa.
Oofa loofa, exactly.
October 10th.
Yes, October 10th, Money in the Bank. And we were, me and Joe here, planning out, wanted to do something different. And we had the idea. Well, I'm already lying. I'm already taking credit for
We.
Joe had the idea of yes. We as a team, but John brought it up, and I concurred. I agreed.
I brought the table. He said yes.
Exactly. We would like to do a live chat. At first, we were encountering some difficulties, but I think Jonathan was able to fix that.
I believe so.
Okay. So for now, as plans are going, we will be doing a live chat. So type of like we used to do back in the days. If people remember the chat rooms back in the days, or the forums back in the late 2000s, where we used to everybody during a pay-per-view, everybody used to go to the forum or the live chat, and we chat what's going on the pay-per-view. We're gonna try to bring back that feeling a bit here on the Wrestling Pit by doing a live chat. In the next coming weeks, we'll be announcing how that will be happening and where that will be happening. But it's just to mark on your calendars for Money in the Bank, October 10th. The Wrestling Pit will be organizing a live chat, and you guys are all welcome to come on, and we'll be live chatting the pay-per-view.
There's the
PLE now. Sorry.
No, it's a pay-per-view. It's always a pay-per-view. There's really an event on our page.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still getting the details done and figuring how this works and all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have the event, like Jonathan just said. We have the event, so you could put it. You could mark interested or going to the event, so like that will remind you every once in a while. You could put notifications on for our page, so like that when we have new stuff come out, you'll also get to see everything that's new coming out, whether it's videos or in this case info about this live chat that we'll be doing for Money in the Bank, everything will be on Wrestling Pit on all our platforms.
And if you're watching this and you guys want to give your opinion and you want to come on live with us, shoot a message.
Absolutely. If anybody listening to this podcast that's a fan of wrestling and that wants to talk anything wrestling or wants to speak something specific that we said or something that you don't agree, you guys said about whatever we talk about, and you guys want to come on and say your side or your opinion or whatever, you guys send us a message. We'll try to get you on when we do the recording. Obviously, it has to be the time has to give for all of us, for us, and for you guys also that want to jump on, and we'll make that happen. And we're open to anybody, and there's no commitments. So you come on, you could come on for 5 minutes, you could come on for 10, you could stay on for the whole episode. It's like you want. You could come on once and never come on again. You could come on once and come once a month. You give your opinion of the last month. Whatever. We welcome anybody that's a fan of wrestling is welcome in the Wrestling Pit. You're all welcome down this pit with us. There's the wrestling dungeon. There's the wrestling. What's the one where the Lion's Den, and us we have the rest. And then us, we have the Wrestling Pit. So come down there and watch wrestling with us.
Before we ring the bell in this episode,
the
ALS challenge.
Yes. So we will be doing when we get off this episode, we will be doing our challenges. So to repeat, the challenge will be 60 seconds with our arms extended. If you want to add a bit of resistance to it and you want to hold on to weights, you could do it any way you want. But the goal is to keep your arms extended for 60 seconds. You film yourself. We didn't want to make it too hard. We could have made it 3 minutes, but we didn't want to make it too hard. We want to make it easy for people to participate. So this is what it is. You hold your arms out for 60 seconds. See, I've been doing it for about 10 seconds, and I'm already starting to be fed up. So imagine what these people go through. So hold it off for 60 seconds. And then as you're holding your arms out, you can nominate 3 people. It could be 3 of your friends that like wrestling. They have to be at least involved in wrestling or like wrestling or have a wrestling. In our case, we'll be nominating people that have podcasts or people in the dirty sheets industry.
And we cross our fingers they do it.
And we cross our fingers that they do it. And well, first we cross our fingers that it gets to them.
Yes.
And then we cross the other hand and the other set of fingers that they accept to do it. And for ALS, I'm sure if it gets to them, I'm sure they will accept, because everybody wants to help out a good cause. And that's what we're trying to do here, is just to not wake up, but sensibilize people to know about this disease. And if you do accept to do the challenge, you could donate a big, whatever you want, $5, $10 to the ALS Foundation. We will be putting a link up on their page. And once we've done the video, in my case, I will be doing it tomorrow. We will be posting it on our page. Each of our videos will be posting on our page with the people we nominate, and it will be sent out. It will be sent out into the universe, and hopefully, it gets to who we want it to get to.
Do you want to shoot the 3 guys you want this to do it?
Okay, we could do that. Everybody else can do it on their videos, and we'll do it now so you guys can know who. In case
or
you want to
do, or do you want to do it when we do our video?
No. I think we could announce now, and then we'll just repeat it when we do the video also. So like that, they get exactly what we're looking for in the video. Okay. So I will be nominating John Pollock from the Post Wrestling Podcast and his co-host. I'm just thinking of saying his name and waiting. Okay. And this is not a joke. Okay. It's his name. I'm trying to be as serious as possible here. And I'm not nominating him to mock him. I listened to the Post Wrestling podcast already. It's like 4 or 5 years,
Yes.
and I really enjoy John Pollock, even though I don't agree with him all the time. But I think he does it the right way. I think he's a person of integrity. So I really respect him. So those are my two first people I will nominate: John Pollock and Wei Ting from the Post Wrestling podcast. And sorry about that, Mr. Ting. Didn't. And the third person I want to nominate is Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave Meltzer from the Wrestling Observer. Everybody knows Uncle Dave. He's been he's the original influencer or wrestling influencer. He's the godfather of all these wrestling podcasts. He started his newsletter, Wrestling Observer, which is now a podcast, a newsletter. It's many things. So he has a big part in wrestling. So I think he deserves the recognition of opening these doors and paving the way for all these people like me and Jonathan and the people I just named from Post Wrestling Podcast. So I'm going to nominate him. I think even if it gets to him, I don't think he'll do it because I think he believes we are beneath him. But that's another story.
100%.
But that's another story. So this one, the third nomination goes out to Uncle Dave for this ALS challenge. Keep your attention on the Wrestling Pit podcast, and you'll be seeing our videos very soon. And John, let us know, who are your three people you will be nominating?
First of all, they're all local.
Okay.
They're all local, and I know them. Well, I know two of them.
Okay.
Anyway,
when you say local, you mean Montreal scene?
in Quebec.
Okay, perfect. You're Quebecois.
Why? The first one is the guys from Wrestling Tees podcast.
Okay.
They have a little shop. They make custom wrestling shirts.
Okay.
They also have a podcast. Shout out to them. Really interesting.
Interesting.
That's there. I think there are 3 or 4 guys. If you saw the last episode, the NWO hat, I got it from them.
Oh, okay.
So Wrestling Tees, that's one. The
Right.
second is the live wrestling auction. JF Ladzik.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes,
Joe.
I think I've seen you share this page before. Yes.
A lot of my figurines I started from them.
Okay. Nice.
They, especially JF, they're doing a Slamfest 2
Mm-hmm.
with the legends and Hall of Famers. You should check that out.
Okay. It's like a Comic-Con, but for wrestling.
Yeah, October 3rd.
Okay.
And we're working on getting JF to the podcast.
Yes, we are.
And Entre Deux Chaises.
Entre Deux Chaises is a podcast.
It's a French podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They focus more on French wrestling scene,
Okay. The local scene.
the local scene.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very interesting. They've been doing it for a couple of years. Excuse me.
Do you know their names? I don't want to put you on the spot here, but
I don't.
is the one of them Jean-François Kelly? Could it be?
I don't want to say yes, and I don't want to say no.
Okay, because you're not sure at all. Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm gonna look them up. So it's the guys from Wrestling Tees,
Mhm.
the guys from Wrestling Live Auction,
Live wrestling auction. Yeah.
Live Wrestling Auction. Sorry about that. And Entre Deux Chaises, Between Two Chairs
Yeah.
podcast. Okay, nominations are done, and stay on the lookout for the videos. We will be posting the videos in the upcoming days of us doing the challenge and nominating these 3 people again. And hopefully this picks up, and we could get as much awareness as possible out there to this disease that is ALS.
That's it. And before we go, do you have anything to drop?
No, I think I've said everything I wanted to say on today's episode. Let me double check here my notes. No, seems to everything is a-okay. Just don't forget, people, to to get involved. Hey, big thank you. That's something I wanted to say. Thank you for everybody.
Yes.
The way you've been following and appreciating the content that we've been putting out, that the page has been putting out. I think we're at over 2,500 followers on Facebook.
We're almost at 4,000.
Oh, we're almost at 4,000. See, and it's growing. It's growing fast daily. Not even a week ago, we were scared of being under 1,000 for future lives and stuff. And but hey, we've not only surpassed it, but we've 10x, 20x, 100x. So and that's all because of you guys and that have been following the page. So thanks again for you guys. Don't forget, share the page with your friends or talk about us to your friends that follow and that like wrestling. It gives us a huge help. And when you share the page, it also helps with the algorithm. So we appreciate that.
And comment everything. The
Comment,
good, the bad, the ugly.
Yes, whatever you want. Even if you want to tell me, hey, shut the fuck up, you don't know what you're talking about. Write it. Don't worry about it. I'm all good. Criticism is good. And we like this back and forth, and that's what we want here. We want a community of wrestling fans that feel comfortable and open to talk and say whatever they want about wrestling here with me and Joe. So keep it coming, guys, and bring it on.
So to end this, I just want to, like that Costa said, thank you. We hope that our live chat becomes something big, and if that comes big, we're going to do other stuff, and the ceiling is as high as we can go. So that's it.
There is no ceiling in this podcast, and we grow like giraffes. So the next our next will be popping out the ceiling very soon, but with your help, and we need your help. So everybody follow, share Wrestling Pit Podcast. Talk about us with your friends. It's very important.
I'm Joe. That's M&MCC. Until next time, we salute you.
You're watching Wrestling Pit Podcast.